Unless you've been living under a rock, we all know the BS that's going on with the Clock app and many other platforms. In case you didn't know, that bill gets into way more than just TikTok, along the lines of censorship and things like that. So if you are interested in an anime that kind of goes over that whole censorship, a system kind of deeming what we can and cannot do, then I have the perfect show for you. Now, this anime I'm about to talk about has less to do with censorship and things along those lines, more so has to do with a system that is created to essentially control its citizens. If you've already seen this series, you 100% know what I'm talking about. The show I'm talking about is Psycho Pass. At its core, Psycho Pass is essentially about this system called the Sybil system, which was created to determine a person's crime coefficient, or how likely somebody was to basically carry out a crime based on their mental standing, their stress levels, all types of different things. Majority of the citizens in the society think the Sybil system is there to help them. It's nothing but good. It's all positive. They're very naive in their thinking. They're unaware that this system is basically controlling them from the inside and not letting them have their own free will. So in season 1 of Psycho Pass, we follow Inspector Akane Tsunemori. She is now basically the handler of former Inspector Shinya Kogami. He was an inspector. His partner was mutilated and killed by a villain I will introduce later. His crime coefficient went up, so now he basically needs somebody to watch over him. Now, for all of you that love your angsty, dark-haired, smoking characters, you're gonna love him, all right? You're welcome. In season 1, we follow them deal with different crimes, but it all leads back to Shogo Makishima. This man right here is one of the best villains in all of anime. Shogo Makishima has a deep belief that people should be able to act on their free will and should not be punished for having free will. This thought of his is something that is so thought-provoking that it makes you think like, bro is kind of like, he has a point. Like I think he's right. Honestly, I do think he's right. He doesn't go about it in the best ways, obviously, but he has a point. Kogami has a deep hate for Makishima because Makishima was responsible for mutilating and killing his old partner. So he spends all of his time trying to figure out where he is, what he's doing, and basically just wants to off him as quickly as he can. The first season and Psycho Pass as a whole will have you questioning all sorts of rules, societal norms, everything, because it's tough to think about a system controlling you without you even realizing it. Now, while I agree season 1 is definitely the strong point of this show, I do not think season 2 is bad. It gets a bad rep because Makishima is no longer the main villain. Kogami isn't really involved in season 2, and it's really based on Akane Tsunemori and a new villain that she has to deal with. Season 3 takes almost a new format altogether. We have a whole new set of characters. You'll find out why. But we have a whole new set of characters, and the episodes are actually 45 minutes long per episode. So it feels like you're watching like a short docuseries or miniseries almost. There are also some side stories that take place in between the events of certain seasons, and you can find those as well. There's also a Psycho Pass movie, which released following the events of season 1, and then there's Psycho Pass Providence right here, which I believe came out last year sometime. All that being said, I think Psycho Pass is an amazing watch. This show used to be in my top 10, probably is still in my top 20 anime of all time. It is just, it makes you think so much. It makes you think like, am I a villain? Am I a problem? Because I agree with what this dude is doing over here, but I wouldn't carry out in that way. You have to let me know what you think. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Let me know what you think. If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts. You can find most of Psycho Pass on Crunchyroll. Some of it is, I believe season 3 is on Amazon Prime. Maybe 1 or 2 of the movies is also on Amazon Prime, but you can just do a quick Google search and figure it out.